Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the GRANDON Group presents the LOCKBOX. Hope you guys are doing great. Out here in beautiful Arizona again, and the market again for week 8, 9, 10 is still hot. And hello to Angela.
Hello.
What's going on?
It's hot.
It is hot. Although
Yeah.
we were lucky, we finally had rain after 150 days yesterday.
That was beautiful. I love it.
And it was in the 70s.
I know.
So have you been swimming a lot this year?
Yes, a ton.
Perfect.
Almost every night. I'm a night swimmer.
Yeah. You know, I was reading an article, and this is actually a public service announcement here.
Okay.
So, did you know your dogs can swim too much?
Oh.
And so they go. So I have like a little mini Australian Labradoodle, and he swims nonstop. And then I'm like, why is he like peeing in the house? So if they get too much water, they can get brain damage and stuff.
Oh my goodness.
So didn't know that.
Yeah, I had no idea. My dog won't get in the water. Golden doodle, you would think.
Oh, you think it'd be in the water the whole
Yeah.
time?
No, he barks. He's like, get out.
So
What are you doing?
so right now, believe it or not, that's one of the hottest things people want right now is besides golden doodles or a pool.
Yes.
And so are you getting calls on refinances for pools and all that stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. So lots of people are calling in to pull out some of that equity to get those pools because it is hot, especially a lot of people that are moving here from other states. Really, if the home of their dreams didn't come with a pool, they want to put it in. So, yeah.
Yeah, and right now there's like a big wait for pools.
Yes.
I mean, you can't get
Yes.
a lot of the product.
Yeah, I've heard a friend of mine who's trying to get a pool built. They're on a waiting list for 3 months to just get started.
So people that are moving here, it's not a bad idea if you can't get a pool in the house to have one built.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
As long as you have the lot lines to get in there and stuff.
Yeah, I think most homes, yeah, you're able to. So, and then you get to make it your own, right?
Well,
Put your
and
own
then-
spin on things.
And then with interest rates so low,
Yeah, it's a great time.
so you can redo
Absolutely.
the backyard and everything. And that's the other thing I found because I just did our yard. It's expensive to do landscaping.
It is. Yeah, might as well put the pool in there, take up some space, and then
Yep.
just do the landscape around.
And regardless of what people say, it adds a ton of value.
It does.
I know that in the classes in school and stuff, they'll tell you, oh, it only adds $7,000, but I think it adds a lot more than that.
Yeah, well, and it's, what people are looking for these days.
No,
I think.
exactly,
So.
exactly. So we keep talking about different things, and the GRANDON Group, Arizona's #1 brother and sister real estate team, is here with the HENDRICKS team.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
And being a realtor is hard out here.
It is.
So everybody has their part to play,
Mm-hmm.
and as a realtor, we help you find the houses and negotiate deals and fun stuff. And I know that sounds easy and stuff like that, but we actually move into everyone has a different area. So as a lender, your job is to make sure somebody can get a loan and get it closed.
Absolutely, because if you find your dream home, you want to make sure that you can actually purchase it. So our job is to make sure that you are pre-qualified. So when your realtor, like the GRANDON Group,
Arizona's #1 brother and sister team.
yes. So when you're out looking for those homes, you have a pre-approval that's telling all the other agents out there, hey, look, my buyer is pre-approved. We take it a couple steps further and we do a lot of the legwork up front as far as collecting documentation and just making sure we don't just write any pre-approval. We do our due diligence and make sure that we have a very well-qualified buyer when they're out looking for homes.
And you've got a pretty big team. In fact, you brought a team member with you today.
I did. I bought,
Hi.
Nicole.
Yes.
Nicole from VIP Mortgage.
Yeah.
Hi.
So you're business development as well?
I am, yes.
So what's the hardest part of this business development?
Let's see.
I mean, are the realtors pretty receptive to talking to you?
Yeah, they have been. Yeah, it's been really awesome getting to know everybody and just getting introduced to everybody. And it's been really fun so far. I wouldn't say it's hard. It's just been fun and new, and I love it.
And it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is.
And so your whole job is to make sure that when you hand off a deal to one of the loan officers, that it's getting done.
Yes.
So which brings us to our next guest.
Yeah.
Right? So we have Tiffany Klem from ENDPOINT Closing.
Okay.
So anybody that has to do a transaction has to go through title.
Correct.
Right?
Yep.
Tiffany,
Yes.
you're brand new. Well, so she's an older company. So First American owns you guys,
Yeah,
right?
we're owned by First American Title. So we have a backing 130 years of title and escrow experience. And ENDPOINT is a relatively new concept. So we were created from the ground up based on surveys we did with buyers, sellers, and agents. And we found out from buyers and sellers that they felt really anxious during the closing process. They didn't know what was going on. They felt like they had to keep reaching out to their real estate agent for help, which made them feel bad, even though they can reach out and their agents don't mind, but they felt bad doing that. So Endpoint was created as a way to keep everyone on the transaction effortlessly updated on the status of the transaction. And we have a digital platform, we have an app as well. And so we make it really easy for buyers, sellers, and agents to get through the closing process seamlessly. We've streamlined it quite a bit as well, gotten rid of a lot of the paperwork and a lot of the redundancies. And so we're really excited to be changing the face of title and escrow.
No, that's great. And you guys are primarily all digital?
Yeah, I mean, we're pretty much all digital. If we're a full-service title and escrow company, so if someone doesn't want to participate in our platform, that happens about 3% of the time. We'll have buyers or sellers say that they don't want to participate. Most of the time, they're okay with it. They shop on Amazon and get their groceries delivered, especially since COVID. So if they don't want to participate, that's fine. We take them off platform. We handle it just like traditional title and escrow. But the real estate agent still gets all the updates from us as well. So even if their clients don't participate with us, we still take care of them really well.
So Nicole, if you're buying a house for the first time, have you bought a house before?
Yes.
Okay. So if you're a first-time buyer, and
Yeah.
you can answer this too, I guess, Angela. A lot of people don't know what escrow is. They don't realize that. They think, the realtor's going to take care of everything.
Yeah.
But everybody has a unique job. That's why it's important to have a team. So what would you say? You meet a new client that wants to do a loan and stuff. As a realtor, I really don't have any. I mean, obviously we guide everybody and stuff, but I don't want to come in and say, Nicole, Angela, how come you're not doing the loan this way? How come you're not doing a 7-in-1 arm when you could be doing this or that? Because that's your expertise.
Right.
So I would say you guys are probably maybe number one, maybe two of the most important part of the transaction, where the title company, I honestly believe, is number one to make sure the transaction is seamless. Would you agree with that?
Well, I mean, it really can make a big difference. And one thing I think that agents don't think about a lot is the buyer and seller experience. So with title and escrow, our client really is the realtor. They're the one that's bringing the deals to us. And so your traditional title and escrow company is going to take a lot of care with the real estate agent because that's the business relationship. What they don't understand is that especially as consumer expectations change, the buyers and sellers are really the ones that dictate the experience. And we're the last point of contact. So we're the last person, the escrow officer is the last person that they meet with, they walk away feeling either good or bad about the transaction based on how they feel about us. And that reflects back on the real estate agent. So if you want referrals, then you need to provide a good experience for your buyers and sellers. And then also we talk about iBuyers all the time. Why do people sell to iBuyers? Because they don't want to deal with the hassle. They don't want to get a packet of information in the mail from title and have to fill out a bunch of paperwork, call their real estate agent, ask them for help because they don't know what they're asking. So we've taken care of all of that. We make it really easy for them. We have digital earnest money deposit, so basically they can Venmo from their bank account right to their escrow account. We have all this different technology, but we also have really great people behind the scenes. So we have really experienced escrow staff that take really good care of the clients as well. And then also they get to focus on the important stuff like clearing title and closing on time instead of sending out earnest money receipts and scheduling notaries.
Now, in this transaction, title and lenders actually communicate probably more than the realtors and title.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
What do you
It's
what do you
huge.
find, Angela, with title?
Well, I think there are a lot of companies that do it right, and a lot that are maybe not as easy to work with. I think traditional escrow, a lot of it has to do with, especially these days post-COVID, I know where we've run into some issues on the lending side would be, who can do a same-day sign, fund, and record and who can't. Prior to COVID, I think most title companies were able to do that. And now since COVID, some of them, are saying, hey, we need docs by this time. We can't do a same-day sign, fund, and record, which, in a transaction, there's so many hands in the pot, right? You have the real estate agents, you have buyers, you have sellers, you have the lender. With all that comes, things that can happen and go wrong, whether it be on day 3 or day 20. And so to have that flexibility in a streamlined process, I think goes a long way in helping to make sure that everything closes on time.
So, Nicole, I love the Hendricks team because you guys have really been a big part of our success. Are you finding that, well, you guys work weekends, so there's always somebody available. The fact that there's always someone available, like Endpoint, you guys have someone available, you find it useful when somebody's working Sunday night at 7?
Absolutely. Yes. I mean, sometimes people, when they go to look for houses, they're looking for houses on nights and weekends. And so if they don't get pre-qualified during the week, they need to have that accessibility to someone to be able to get pre-qualified to go searching on nights and weekends. And it's always nice that someone is always there for you.
Are you finding a lot of clients want to be more digital?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I mean, it's a need that people have expressed for a long time. And when I came from traditional title and escrow, and that was one of the frustrations is, especially younger clients, they say, you want me to write a check? I don't even have a checkbook. They have to go to the bank to get a check.
It is kind of funny. Some people
Yeah. And they don't know, they don't have a checkbook. They don't know that, and then they're like, you want to come to my house and pick up a check? It's just like completely foreign to them. So the other thing that we ran into when you talk about COVID is a lot of title companies, their offices were closed. And so they wouldn't take in-office signings, but then they were charging the clients for a mobile notary. We have a $650 flat escrow fee. Doesn't matter how expensive the home is, it's $650 flat and includes mobile notary. So we take our digital technology and our money saving, that we have, and we pass that on to the clients. So we don't charge, exorbitant escrow fees. If it's $1 million home, it's no more work to close than a $200,000 home.
Well, there are some great title companies out here. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
One thing, though, is that it's really important to have an escrow company that you can reach out to. And you guys are always available.
We are. Yep. I mean, our platform obviously is 24/7.
Right.
And then I'm always available. I always give my cell phone out because I'm the account manager. And if anything's going on, I want to know about it. And, the escrow officers are the same way. They're very responsive.
Now, what are you guys doing about security, making sure the right $10 million ends up in an account, after they bought a house from the GRANDON GROUP, Arizona's #1 brother and sister team, and they use the lender, HENDRICKS team, right?
Yeah.
So what are you guys doing to make sure that's secure? Because that's a big issue these days.
It's very, very big, and we really emphasize that. We have a 2-factor authentication anytime you log into our platform. So the first time you log in, you put your cell phone number in, you get your code, to make sure that you're who you say you are, and we have those all pre-entered from the contract, right? So we know who's logging in and who's not. Fraud is a big deal, right? And fraud happens in email. So we try not to email any sensitive information. So if you get a packet from the title company and they say scan this and email it back to us, all of your personal information is being emailed. Wiring instructions, we all know that that's a big issue. We drop our wiring instructions into the platform, and then if the client needs us to, we'll walk them through retrieving them, but we try to never email any sensitive information. So we're very, very big on keeping people's information secure.
So one thing that people don't know, the realtors will tell you different, but the buyer chooses the escrow company.
Right.
Yes.
And it's amazing how many times somebody will counter back and they'll say, yeah, we'll take your $3 million deal, but we want this title company. And we're like, well, we want an Endpoint. And they'll negotiate it out and almost lose the deal over it. What do you, I know you go after realtors, and that's what you want, because there's great realtors out here. But what about the regular person? I mean, what are you doing to educate the regular person to let them know that, hey, title does make a difference because it is the most important part of the transaction.
Yeah, well, we do a lot of marketing to the consumer, and most title companies don't, because you really want to focus on the real estate agent, connection. But we do a lot of that. We get a lot of for sale by owners, to tell you the truth, because they go online and they search for title companies, and we come up, and they love our pricing, they love our platform. So yeah, I mean, we do some direct consumer. Mostly we're doing to agents. We just started a coming soon campaign, where we're actually sending a postcard to people who have coming soon listings and letting them know about Endpoint. So we're testing that out.
Oh, perfect.
We don't want to anger the real estate population by any means. We know you have relationships, but we do think that this is the best thing for the consumer.
No, absolutely. So you guys are very consumer oriented?
Not very, no. We really do focus most of the time on real estate agents.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
No, but I mean, as far as consumers, you want to make sure they're taken care of.
Yes,
security.
I mean, that's a big part of our mission, is to really improve the experience for buyers and sellers. And we think that's very important, so we do focus on that a lot.
And then how about your relationship with lenders?
Yeah, we have great relationships with lenders. A lot of times, I don't pursue lender business just because refinance business.
Oh, let me introduce you to Angela and Nicole from the Hendricks team.
No, but I love working with lenders. I mean, I was a lender at one point, so I love working with lenders. Our platform is not really specifically for lenders at this point. We are still building out the lender aspect of it, but you can participate in our platform. So as a loan officer, you could get onto the platform, you'd be able to see what was going on, and you would be able to upload documents. We can even drop closing documents into the platform. We don't have to-dos for lenders yet, and to-dos are what we do to break up the transaction into little chunks for buyers and sellers and agents. So we're building that out over the next year, but we're constantly improving. You know, we've been up and running in Washington now for almost 3 years. And so we've been improving every process. We love feedback. But yeah, right now, I want to make sure that the lenders have the best experience that they possibly can. So I haven't been really pursuing a lot of lender business, but I've gotten a lot of lender business just because people have participated in transactions and gone, wow, this is really cool. I want to be part of
this. Well, as the
this.
trends change too,
Yeah.
you're going to depend on who you market to, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
So how can people reach out to you if the realtors want to go to Endpoint?
Yeah, I mean, endpointclosing.com is our website, and you can sign up for an account. There's no cost involved. There's no cost for our app, so download the app as well. And then reach out to me, and, you know, I jump on Zoom calls with agents all day, every day. That's kind of what I do. And I show them the platform.
You are, and you're super easy to get a hold of.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I mean,
I
it was
appreciate
always
that.
nice. So let's talk about some fun stuff. So you're from Michigan.
I am. I'm proud. Yeah.
What part?
Traverse City, Michigan.
All right, Angela, you going to ask her what I told you to ask her about?
I am not.
Oh, so every year, 4th of July, they have the Cherry Festival.
Yeah.
What is that?
It is the National Cherry Festival. It's 2 weeks long, and we have 3 different parades and lots of really fun events. They do a bed race down Front Street where teams compete, and they get on a bed and they race it down the street.
You should have asked.
I should have.
Does that
So-
sound like fun?
So he has a way of tricking me sometimes. So I never know.
I picked up on
you know.
No.
I never know when I should say yes.
Yeah, because then he's going to ask you a follow-up.
Have you ever been to Michigan?
I have not. No.
So I've never been there either.
Yeah.
Is it really nice?
Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. And it's one of those parts of the country that people don't really talk about a lot. But being from there, it's just really pristine. A lot of water, you know, lakes everywhere. And then we have the Great Lakes as well. And it's just a really phenomenal, beautiful, kind of a raw place, you know. So
Why'd you pick Arizona?
Well, just job opportunities. Living in Traverse City, we say a view of the bay for half the pay. So that's kind of the slogan. You have to have 2 or 3 jobs to make it up there because it's mostly
Wow.
tourism
Do
oriented.
you love Arizona?
I love Arizona. Yes. I mean, it changed my entire trajectory moving out here, and I've been here since 1998. I can't imagine living anywhere else. I really love it here, and I've lived in a few different places in the valley, and you know, I love the people. I love everything about it.
Where are you from, Nicole?
I'm from here, born and raised.
Oh, you're a native too?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
3 natives at
I
the table?
know.
Yeah.
Wow.
I did
So-
live. My husband's in the military, so we did live in Alaska for 3 years. So that's like total opposite of here.
It is, but Alaska's fun.
It was really fun. We had a good time, and
No,
then we
that's
ended
great.
up back here. So
So everybody loves Arizona. This is probably one of, I know the magazines tell you differently. Like one of them said we were number 3, but I still think we're one of the hottest markets in the country.
Oh, I would agree.
Definitely.
So for everybody looking to buy a house, obviously you want to interview your agents, which is most important, but you'll end up with the GRANDON Group because we're Arizona's #1 brother and sister team. And I promise you, Stacey will be here, my sister, at some point. And it's really important in this market of anything to call either Nicole or Angela and get pre-qualified.
Absolutely.
Don't you think that's
Yes.
important?
Super important.
And so, and how long do pre-quals last?
Oh, gosh.
Is
That's
it
a good
like 30
question.
days? Or?
Well, yeah. And we do them specific to the home. So a lot of times you'll get a pre-qual, but then when you're house hunting, if you find a home that you want to put an offer on, we'll do a pre-qual specific for that property.
Yeah, and in this
So
market,
you can get multiple ones, right?
and in this market, you have to be ready to rock and roll.
You do.
Yes.
Don't you?
Yeah,
And then, of
absolutely.
course, you need a great title company to make
Yes.
sure this transaction smooth? Because you guys look up title reports and everything and make sure it's clear title.
Yep. We make sure there's no liens, nothing on title to cloud, and then your CC&Rs make sure that you can build that pool if you want to.
Or make sure there's no liens.
Exactly. So we take care of all that, and because of our platform, our escrow officers are able to focus on those types of things instead of the mundane tasks.
Perfect. Well, tell everybody how we can get a hold of you again.
Just Tiffany at endpointclosing.com. I'm easy to find. Happy to help you guys. And, I look forward to educating agents on really taking control of their business and understanding that this is the future, and we do have to make things better for the consumer if we want to stay relevant.
No, absolutely. Angela and Nicole, do you guys think everything's going digital? People don't want to come in and visit anymore? They do everything online?
Yeah, we still do have clients who want to bring in their documents and sit down. And so there is still, there are still people out there, but a lot, especially the younger generation, the new first-time home buyers are definitely wanting more of the digital experience.
Are you finding that too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you miss Alaska?
The summers, yes.
Did you
but
go?
no.
Did you go to Kenai?
Kenai, no, we didn't go there. We went to Seward, and we lived in Fairbanks, so we were more inland. So then every summer we would go out to the ocean and visit a different place.
If you haven't been, you should go. Alaska's
I haven't
awesome.
been. I should go.
Maybe we should get a closing done with Endpoint, and then we could all go to Alaska.
I'm in.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Perfect. Angela, how
Yes.
can people reach out to you guys?
Sure. Hendrick Team at VIPMTGINC.com or by phone 623-979-5523.
Perfect. And
Yeah.
get that pre-qual. It's like I said, it's hot. It's a hot market right now.
Yes.
We are moving into kind of holiday, 4th of July, middle of summer, but it's still moving.
It is moving. Absolutely.
So, and for the rest of you, call up the GRANDON Group, Arizona's #1 brother and sister real estate team. And again, thanks for making this show a success. We'll see you on the next episode of The Lockbox. We'll see you soon.